listening to Goons, Games, and Gear, the sexiest gaming podcast in the world.
Oh, wrong one. Uh-oh. There we go.
Hey!
Stop scream immediately. It's
We're
over.
all here.
It almost started without without 2 of the 4. Isn't that crazy? Isn't life crazy? Sometimes you have
I can't believe you would just disinclude me like that. That's hurtful.
I accidentally clicked it a little too early. That's my bad. But hey, we're here. It's a Wednesday, which is weird for us because normally we don't stream on Wednesdays, but or at least we don't stream the podcast. But here's the thing, right? Tears of the Kingdom comes out on Friday, and that's basically just a religious holiday at this point. And
Right.
Monday, there was just nothing to talk about.
Why would you celebrate? Why would you celebrate a mid-holiday for a mid-game? I don't get it.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah, we don't look. Okay, yes, I was heavily disappointed with Breath of the Wild, but with what I see with Tears of the Kingdom, we get Daddy Dorf, we get
We get Skyloft,
Gnussi,
Gnussi. We
I
get to
already feel
craft
horrible
things.
about this, and we're not even like 5 minutes into this.
Yeah, we're about to be 10 minutes into it. What's up? But yeah, I'm your host Derek. That's also Derek, known as G Phone. He does some fun stuff. He's cool. He's funny. He was twerking on street. Well, twerking before the recording, which we had that on camera.
Oh, the ripples on that man's butt cheeks, dude. Ooh,
Oh yeah,
The
the clapper
enough
around
to
the
make
world.
a man act up.
Dead Don.
Hey, it's me, Dead Dondas. How
Dead
you guys
Dondas.
doing?
And Edgy Two Swords,
George is
whose
here.
internet died right before we started, so he will be joining when he can. Give me 1 second while you two converse. I have to take off my headset and walk away for 1 second. So just man the
okay.
ship, man the ship.
All right,
What are we talking about?
well, we got some pretty delightful topics for today. Willix, I have not touched
Okay.
Battle Network in a
No
while.
cares about
I
news,
need
I'm back.
to.
As I,
You know what? You know what? No, you lost your privileges.
And George is here. It's all coming together. Woo!
I
Sorry.
still need to go back and start playing through the rest of them. I've been kind of taking a break to play other stuff at the moment, but if I can get my hands on an Escape End chip at any
Mega
time,
Man.
I will let you know.
what are we
My
talking
bad.
about?
Congrats on beating a Battle Network 2. Gospel's a fun boss.
Thank you. I love Battle Network, and now I'm playing through Gregar. Here's the thing about it. I feel like it's too easy because once you get just the Gregar fusion or whatever, it's like everything and anything is just kind of easy mode.
I mean, it's the same story with all these games. As soon as you start getting deeper into the game, you start getting more and more busted stuff, and it just becomes a ridiculous cakewalk at that point. At that point, you're just trying to clear things out as fast as possible. To answer your question, Willix, yes, I also have that on Steam. I just need to actually go back and keep playing it.
Yeah, but like, I got it way earlier than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like the last transformation you get, but it's not.
No, crosses happen afterwards, I believe.
Yeah, I just
Or
got
maybe,
a
I don't know.
slash cross. I'm like, you get
Oh,
claws.
that's like literally, you can literally clear the rest of the game with just slash cross. It's that powerful.
Really, just with the slashing? I feel like it's just
Well, it's not because of that, but because that
The boost of sword.
cross has a thing with battle chips. So you can like charge battle chips, right? When you're with those, if you charge a sword chip, you fire it as a sonic boom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Good to know. I mean, I was just like, I'm trying to avoid using the Gregar because I'm just like, it just destroys everything. Like, what? It's just too much. So I just like, and then I feel like Heat Cross also just kind of destroyed everything. I don't know.
I mean,
Anyway,
if the tools are there, why not use them?
true. I don't know. I feel like Guts was like, you weren't like the style changes in like 2 and 3 were like not too crazy powerful. That would just like instantly win you matches, but these cross holes are like,
I disagree. Some of those
Really?
style changes were absolutely ridiculous.
yeah, tell him, George.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks,
Appreciate your
bud.
input.
Oh, and also
Anytime.
George is here. Edgy Two Swords, also known as Sad Boy XD, also known as Blurry Camera sometimes.
God, balls.
Well, there goes the age rating.
You said
What?
God.
I
Anyway,
said balls.
yeah, balls is fine. We talk about like playing
Baseball,
balls.
soccer ball, football.
Yeah,
Balls.
You're weird. Anyway, it's time for the news. Like, comment, subscribe. Guys, to 1,000. We're rapidly approaching. We're at 750-ish, right? That's
756.
76.
Something like
Nice,
that, yeah.
nice. That's what I'm talking
Getting
about.
some traction, boys.
Yeah, getting some
Yeah,
traction.
buddy.
Yeah, we want those tournaments. We want Mario Kart tournaments. We want Mega Man tournaments. We want just general discussions.
I want
Derek
fan
decided
art
to
of Rob punching a rat. We learned he did that today.
Yeah, fun fact for everybody listening. I actually have punched a rat and
It was a mouse.
made it unalived.
It wasn't a rat,
Oh,
right? It was a mouse.
It wasn't a rat. You're correct.
Okay.
It was a mouse.
Okay, I was worried. I don't think you could obliterate a rat with by punching it. But
I think
a
you
mouse
could.
definitely could.
One punch.
I think you
man,
could.
I did. I had a mouse problem back in the first apartment complex I lived in. I had already killed one with a boot. And so I was like, you know what? All right. So I'm in the kitchen. I'm on the floor looking for something. And I see something out of the corner of my eye. And my fist just extends out quicker than anything I've ever done before. And I look down. This poor thing is not moving.
yeah.
I punched a rat out, my boy.
Where did?
Or not a rat, mouse. You said rat, and it got me on that rat.
Dead now.
Look, where is this streamer going? Where is he?
He's dead.
All right,
absolutely
well, why don't
All right, let's get to the first news topic.
Which one are
I
we
guess
starting with?
I think we'll start with Nintendo Switch sales fall again with further decline expected next year. So they revealed in the company's latest financial earnings, the Switch sold 17.97 million units in the financial year 2022-23, which came in below 23 million the previous year, and then 28 million the year before that. So I guess people are concerned that the sales of the Switch are falling year after year. I mean, do you guys think this is a bad problem? I when I first saw this, my thought was, yeah, because they're selling them like crazy. Everybody just has a Switch at this point. It doesn't mean like that
it
the
said they
system's
sold,
bad
like,
or anything.
125 million units of these, right?
Right. It's top 5, I think, now for best-selling systems of all time or something like that. So
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem. We started
Switch
with that
sales.
too. We jumped right into it.
Yeah.
I don't see it being a problem, especially since I believe they had started to allude to the fact that they're looking to develop the next generation console.
Yeah, it's another
So,
article we have.
I don't know if we'll be seeing that hardware soon, but I mean, if you've already sold like the third best-selling console of all time at
Yes.
125 million units, like,
Right. I don't think you have to
think the
worry
Switch
about
has-
it.
No, I don't think the Switch has much left to prove at this point. Yeah,
No.
it's got its faults, of course, but
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean-
and to like just to be like the other top 5, right? Nintendo holds second, third, and fourth, with the Switch being third on top consoles. So like what? So while sales of the Switch may have gone down, I don't think that it's a big problem for Nintendo, right? Because like,
Oh no.
yeah, I don't think it's a big problem. I don't.
You just dead pause there. I was like,
That was
Yeah.
that was the point. No, and you know,
I
like,
don't think.
I'm sure they
Modern
would
text.
have liked to see more sales when the OLED came out, but like the OLED's not enough of an upgrade for people to justify it.
Right.
So like maybe that's what they're disappointed about. But at the same time, it's just like you've sold more than enough, Nintendo. You're definitely okay.
It's never enough. How do I put this? I think that we easily should. This should have been the year that we got the next Switch. Yeah, I know that like that it's sold like gangbusters. So why would they stop? But we're seeing time and time again how it's just not able to handle things well anymore. Hell, it didn't really run Breath of the Wild to when it
It
released
didn't
that
really
well.
run things very well at launch anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hasn't launched
yeah.
things very well. It needs some boost in power. I mean, we never could confirm if Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was either a dumpster fire internally, or the Switch couldn't handle it, or a mixture of both. But it's just the Switch in power lags so far behind, and they just like rely on their gimmick, which I understand mostly, but it's just like when your first party games are struggling like Zelda is and Pokemon, that's a bad sign. I think we need to start kicking into high gear for the next Switch. Which again, all they have to do is just make the Switch more slightly more, not even slightly, just a little bit more powerful and backwards compatible, and you have another insanely good selling Switch.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
kind of disagree with that point with some of the games that they've been coming out with. Yeah, absolutely air horn me. That's cool. That's really mature. No, I mean, even as I'm seeing here, like several of those Switch games that have come out recently, like blew past their milestones. And I mean, you got Metroid Prime Remastered, which, by the way, go buy it. I want more Metroid. It passed 1 million copies since it launched in February. Splatoon 3 followed through on its impressive launch to sell more than 10 million units, and Scarlet and Violet sold 20 million.
Yeah, but you can't correlate sales numbers with with game performance in terms of like how.
No, I was more. I guess I took that in an odd direction. I assume, but it was more or less that I don't think that it has anything that's going to really impact the Switch's financial standing other than any. But I like it slowing down on selling units isn't going to stop anything when Nintendo's making hand over fist on this. But I absolutely agree that the hardware needs to be in a much better state than it is now. And instead of them doing like a Switch Pro, like people had been gabbing on and on about since, hell, I don't know. I imagine it's been a few years at least. I think having something and taking a page out of the Steam Deck's book for something like that would be really cool. And I think it's something that they need to actually double down on this time.
Why do you hurt me? Look, I honestly, I think we haven't seen the next generation of Nintendo because it's sold so well that they're just like, we don't have to. Kind of like with Mario Kart 8. This will be the first time ever that we haven't gotten a new Mario Kart game, right, Derek?
Yeah, it's the first console generation since the Super Nintendo.
Right, and it's also, I'd assume, the first generation to get 2 main Zelda games on the same. Oh well, no, there's a
no
Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
only that. But I mean, that's a little different because those like completely reused assets, like Majora's Mask and stuff like that.
I mean,
that's what they did with this kind of too, right? They pulled a fast one on us and was like, wait a minute, we could do it.
Original, the NES also had 2 major. While the second Legend of Zelda is not very good.
No,
in my opinion.
That one's garbage. That poster
Stinky
for
Zelda
right.
2, that's garbage.
But that
Stinky.
also came out. Yeah, that also came out on the original NES. So like, it's not the first time that they've released 2 major. I'll use quotes. Legend of Zelda games on the same console, but I don't know.
You were so weird with these pauses.
Your brain's like catching up with your thoughts, and it's like, wait a minute, where am I going?
Hey, pal. You sure you're not a furry? You seem to have a lot of paws.
Ooh, wow. What a
roar. Meow.
But we love George. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. This shit keeps moving.
Oh, there it goes.
moving. All right.
There it is.
Oh. Hell yeah. Get those girls out, baby.
Yeah, so, so
that's the other channel.
No new Switch hardware this year, which, firstly, that also means there's no like minor improvements like the OLED was. And by minor, I mean literally a glossier screen. And I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But, it's just like, I just think it's depressing. First of all, there's the wonder, right, of like a new console coming out. Also, I believe next year is going to be when the mid-generation cycles are going to happen for Xbox and PlayStation. I know PS5 Pro is in development, or that's been heavily leaked. Me and Derek got word that we know they're working on the next console because literally it was leaked. Kind of. Remember that, Derek?
What is that website called?
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter like leaked it. That like, oh, there's another system coming out soon. It's like,
just like this game developer is like, hey, let's list like what console would you want to see this on? It's like, oh, the next Nintendo console, but like it was worded in a way that like they knew what's going on. So someone knows what's going on. And also, side note, don't buy a Switch Lite. It's cute for like 5 minutes, and then it dies. Right, George?
Yeah, it's not ideal for
Nintendo.
playing most games. You're really at a disadvantage when you're trying to play Smash with the boys, and you can't.
True. Although it did have really clean, like special editions, right? Derek, it had like the Pokemon.
Yeah,
Diamond
the Diamond and Pearl, Sword and Shield. I think there was a Monster Hunter one in Japan.
Of course, they got one. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So
they love just punking on me at this point with all the cool Monster Hunter exclusive stuff. Like, look, man, you're a part of this world too, Japan. Give me more Monster Hunter.
Share it. Yeah, didn't they get like golden amiibos at like a convenience store or something?
Oh, yeah. Those are probably the most expensive amiibos because nobody will ever get them outside of Japan.
Right. You ever see those, Rob? Look up
Did
golden.
you?
Upset that Yeah, I do, and I'm upset that every waking second of my life about it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and which is why I have all of them. Like, that's right, it's all mine.
Partnered with
I'm inside your walls now. So.
The Goons Games and Gear amiibos coming soon.
Oh God.
A Trader Joe's near you.
Trader Joe's. Well, at least give us Sam's
it was the
Club.
only retailer we could get an exclusivity right with. All right.
Wawa. Did the Wawa deal fall through?
Yeah.
7-Eleven. They'll put anything random in 7-Elevens. Come on.
They hate that I show up at 2 a.m. every night and like scream at them. So the contract didn't go through. I'm not taters.
I do be like that sometimes.
Mac and cheese.
I want the big dog.
I want to point out, like, they're saying that they're what was that? Did I just drop a can?
What?
I heard George, did you drop something? Okay.
Nope.
No, I was gonna say like the sales and profits for Switch hardware is going down, but I think at this point it's because just everyone already has it, and
right. Yeah, that was what we were saying at the start. Is like, of course it's going down because you've sold 125 million units. So like
no one else.
Eventually you're gonna get every household in the world. So
yeah, I guess we just learned that apparently 125 million is kind of like the sweet spot until there's no more people that want to buy a console.
Right.
So point here is that Switch, give me a new Switch. Give me that's backwards compatible. That is 1080p handheld. I'll compromise. I've been, and I guess 2K output, right? I mean, I feel like that's like a fair thing to ask.
It's reasonable. It's doable, is what I should say.
Rob, I'm not sure if you know the guts of any of what I'm about to talk about, but do you think it's plausible for the dock itself to hold like not its own graphics card, but just something to just greatly boost up the output to a TV? You know what I'm saying?
See, it's kind of an interesting point because really the dock isn't really as intensive electronically as the actual Switch itself is.
Right.
In order for it to be able to like scale up the outputs, the Switch would have to be able to output it, and the deck would have, and the dock for the Switch would have to be able to accept that encoding from the video output and display that to the TV. Because I know the Switch's whole thing is it's like 720p if it's off of the dock, and then 1080 at most on the dock itself.
Yeah.
They would have to upscale for it, and I feel like they would have to have something stronger as far as the GPU would be considered in order for that to really work. Because the only thing the dock is really for is just it's got enough. So just going off of the components of that alone is that it has enough in there that it can regulate power through it to charge the Switch. It can recognize inputs that are put into that and send those signals to the Switch itself while it's docked. And it can throw video out, but I don't think it's the dock as much as it should be the Switch that has to compensate.
Right. Okay. So then the Switch itself, I mean, I think they just need to stop being afraid and actually just make it thicker, like with 3 Cs at this point.
Well, that's
Like,
going to require that Nintendo does a smart business decision, and I'm a little hard pressed to see that myself.
But a question though, in regards to that, do they actually have to make it thicker? Because they make phones that run 4K, so why can't a Switch?
that's fair, but mobile games are different than.
I'd argue
Well,
also that phone internals are, at this current point in the stage, are more powerful than
Yeah.
what the Switch was when it came out. And the Switch is, don't get me wrong, it's impressive what they did, but phones have evolved to the point where they are much more powerful.
Yeah, but remember, Nintendo basically has to keep it under 500, or we might just see 500 next time, even though the Switch was, what, 300 at launch? Or 350 at launch, and then dropped to 300, and then went 350 for OLED. Derek, I'm not sure if you know that off the top of your head.
I thought it was like 400 at launch.
I thought it was
The
4
Switch?
at launch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember how much it was at launch. I think
The
I waited.
Switch? Like the base Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 300.
Oh, it was
Was
300
it?
at launch. Okay.
Yeah. It hasn't changed price.
Oh,
Still.
okay. I thought it was 350 at launch, then went down to 300, and then.
No, it was 300, and then the OLED came out at 350, and everybody
It
thought
don't matter
the
to me. I
regular
bought mine
Switch would
used
go
at
down,
$250 in bucks.
Yeah, 300. Yeah, original price. Like, I would imagine they're gonna have to go up to 400 to like make it somehow beefier. Because
Right.
like phones are like like the iPhone and Samsung, they're like what 900 plus now, basically, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Like
So
$1,000
I mean,
average.
they're releasing phones that are like at least 1,000 or 2,000 now, especially if you count the flips
Yeah.
and the folds.
or
Right.
Nintendo give us the Nintendo phone, be able to
Look, they already tried that with the
The
N-Gage and it got
tingle,
them nowhere.
tingle phone.
Tingle tuner?
Yeah, the
Tingle
tuner.
tuner. I love it. I want it now. Because with consoles you have to. I think they finally learned that 500 is the most people are willing to pay for a console, like the
Right.
absolute most, and that's where they're at now. I'm expecting a price drop once the mid cycles come out, but other than that, Switch, like, I don't think it's gonna be able to keep at 300. I think if it wants to dominate again, but obviously need to be more powerful, it's gonna have to go up to 400 and just have much better specs. But
Well,
I don't know.
I don't even know about like dominating again. It's still dominating. It's beaten the PS5, and even with a Pro version coming out, that's the only way it's going to stand a chance to catch up to the Switch at this point. And Microsoft has already said that they cannot compete with Nintendo and Sony, and that they lost the console war. So
True. Yeah. I mean, well,
Phil-
they
yeah,
lost the
Phil
most
Spen-
important one.
well, yeah,
Right.
but so like Phil Spencer said that all they're going to be focusing on is Game Pass, xCloud, and ensuring that his games work seamlessly across all devices. That sounds like Xbox is just giving up on the console war in general and just going to finally focus on games, which has been its biggest problem to begin with. So I don't think Nintendo has to worry about dominating again. I think when like the PS5 Pro comes out, right? That's when they're gonna have to get competitive again. But all they have to do is drop it by $50, and then it's like boom, they'll still be dominating Sony.
Well, Nintendo usually is like, oh, we don't care about the other consoles, and what I meant by dominating was just like in terms of sales numbers, because they went from
Okay.
the Wii, which was a massive hit. Actually, technically, like I don't know, off the top of your head, do you know if the N64 was like successful? Technically,
Yes.
Okay.
The N64 was, the GameCube was a failure.
yeah, failure. Even again, GameCube was
A
perfection.
failure in Nintendo's eyes,
Right.
but literally the
In
best
our hearts
system
and
Nintendo's
everywhere
ever
else.
done. Yeah.
The best thing they've ever done, right? And then the Wii was a monster success, and then the Wii U was an abysmal failure. Switch, monster success. If they follow the trend, next one's gonna be poopy pop pop. And I'm afraid for that. But again, I think it needs to be beefier, not to compete with other consoles, just the fact that it needs to be able to play its own games. I'm tired. Like, I should not have to play your first party games at 30 frames per second unoptimized, and it even drops frames after that. I'm sorry, I just don't like. Call me selfish or like a frame rate elitist, but the fact is that I don't like my games dropping frames while I'm playing to a point where I can noticeably see the difference. Like from 60 to 30, it's, I mean, like you'll kind of notice it once it gets down to what, low 40s, Rob, give or take. But anything under 30 is abysmal. Anything under 30 is abysmal.
Delusional is more like it. Yeah, I agree.
How? What? How am I delusional, Rob?
I don't know. I was just agreeing with chat.
Thanks.
I'm absolutely stirring the pot right now.
Nice. So either way, need backwards compatibility. No wonder why it's like. I mean, it's right. It's not worried. Nintendo's not worried at all, right? That Nintendo's not selling, or the Switch isn't selling as much. Plus, when Tears of the King comes out on Friday, I'd assume there's going to be more Switch sales somehow, in some weird way.
Right? It's like the biggest game for the systems coming out into this week. You know, be weird if they didn't sell maybe another system or two.
Wait, did Smash Ultimate outsell Breath of the Wild?
I don't think so. I think Mario Kart's still the best selling game.
Right. Looks like
actually no, I think it did. It did on the Switch, but combined, I think Breath of the Wild beat it.
We don't count the
Wii U and
we don't. we don't. Really? Wait, hold on. I almost don't.
Yeah, Smash beat it by 1 million, basically.
Yeah, like barely.
Oh no, not even. It 0.2 million. It beat it by.
30. No, well, wait. I'm on the Nintendo's official site. It says here. I don't know when this was updated though. Oh, it says March 31st, 2023. It says Breath of the Wild 29.81 million, Smash Bros 31.09.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like 1.2. It beat it
right.
by.
Yeah, give or take. So, but I think Tears of the Kingdom has a really good chance to outsell it. It has like a
absolutely.
So oddly enough, which I never would have thought I'd see the day where Smash Bros gets outsold by a Zelda game. To be honest, like realistically. But also, I'm kind of surprised they didn't do like a double pack. You think that like, hey, the prequel, not prequel, the sequel's coming out. We should do like a 2-in-1, kind of do with Pokemon, you know?
No. We still charge 60 for the original, and then
no, they're not going to do that anymore. They're going to start charging 70.
Yeah, because they know everyone's going to buy this. You know?
Yeah.
They smelt blood in the water, like money. Oh, we can finally do it.
Money.
And then they be like 5 frames per second.
SpongeBob me boob.
5 enemies on the screen. If Pokemon can barely handle 3 Pokemon on the screen at once, there might be an issue with Zelda having 5 Bokoblins. I'm just saying.
That's a problem with 2. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a problem with 1, really though. Oh man. Okay. We're moving forward to the big news that I probably should have been around to start with. I thought this was funny and kind of interesting. Mr. Beast bought literally an entire neighborhood for his employees to live in. That is insane. First it's kind of terrible in the sense of like if you call out, you really have to give a reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My house is on fire, but I'm looking at your house. Yeah, dude, it's burning.
Yeah, just give it a second. Give it a second.
It's like that's why I've always been oddly afraid of working too close to any home in case any home to any workplace. It's like, what do they just like do like a surprise like drive by and just not shoot up my house, but just like see if I'm actually around. But that was when I was younger. As to now, like I don't know. I don't care if they call me out on it. Like that's I'm not coming to work. Deal with it. He's 25 years old.
Yeah, Mr. Beast. Yeah, he's a child. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was in like his mid to late 30s.
No.
I mean, the houses are nothing to sneeze at, but the guy's got a net worth of like 54 million.
That's well. I mean, you could have told me $1 billion, I would have believed it. But wow, I didn't know he was that young.
I think he's also the most subscribed channel on YouTube now, like actual YouTubers, not just like corporation. 152 million, yeah. He passed PewDiePie.
I bought a house for all my employees, and now they can't stand me. That's gonna be his next video.
They all moved. They didn't want to live there. Huh, weird.
Like, so like, you know, I understand that he's like probably a multi-millionaire, although he keeps saying that he spends everything he gets. But like, God forbid something actually happens where like he's in a scandal and things get shut down. Now he's on the hook for what, 5 houses?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. They're all on his name, yeah. So.
Right, exactly. All right, so it says here in 2018, let's see, he purchased his own home for $320,000. Oh my God. He purchased second property for $263,000. Then the remaining 3 for $1.45 million. I assume that's in total. The other 3 combined.
Yes. Yeah.
The other
1.45 is the other 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like $500,000 each.
Hey, so like let's just say this channel pops off. We're at like 10 million subscribers, and I'm like, hey, Dead Dondas and Georgie Borgie, Edgy Two Swords, would you be willing to? Can I buy you a house next to our house so that way we're like this family of houses?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we buy 5 houses. We each live in one, and then the last one's like the streamer house.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it. Good plan. Good plan.
Good plan. I don't like that. Just I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of any. Well, especially like YouTubers. Anyone else doing this?
Oh,
No.
okay. So let me getting back on the topic of buying houses. Let me posit this. Would you accept chronic hentai addiction as a valid call out reason?
As a boss,
yes. But
yes. Yeah. Would I say it to my boss? No.
I don't see a problem here.
It's crippling. I can't come into work today. Like, I can't go into detail. Anyway, that's like, I'd imagine these houses are like good size too. You'd have to accommodate for like a family or something like that. Also, it would probably really suck to get fired after that point. You know, like.
Yeah, right. I feel like that's really awkward.
Jobless and homeless. Yeah.
So here's the bad news: you're fired. I'm sorry. Here's a severance package of $10,000. Here's the worst news: is that I'm kicking you out at the end of this week.
Right. I got to put my new employee in.
Right. But like,
imagine getting evicted and replaced in the same day.
Oh God.
That's like. Yeah, and you know, I'm not going to say the joke, but it says there remains just one holdout house, which Donaldson's former neighbor attributed to the family likely wanting their kids to finish school. So some neighbor is just surrounded by Mr. Beast.
Yeah. Yep.
That must be awful.
There's one family. Could you imagine it? Like you're putting the kids on the bus and Mr. Beast is just filming like, you know, he has all these blind people that he's paying to cure just sitting outside his house, and you're like, I'm just trying to get my kids on the bus, man. Like, do we need cameras at 7:00 in the morning?
I tried to fit all my kids on a school bus, but little do they know I popped the tires.
If this bus goes under 40 miles an hour, it will explode.
All right, little Timmy, go to that house and that house for Halloween, okay?
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna have
right.
Candy. They're gonna have stacks of hundreds. Like,
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's
that family knows what they're doing. They're like, sell the house? No. We'll just get more money on Halloween. Like,
easily, yeah, definitely. I mean, they could probably be like, hey, Jimmy, we'll sell the house, but like triple the market value. He'll be like, I picture in my head though, like 3 a.m, they're like soundly asleep, and all you hear is like a siren. Just, I stayed up till 3 a.m. to see how loud I could be in my own neighborhood. This is what happened. Like, please make
the cops got called.
I found my dad. Will he watch my YouTube video? No. Like, it's gotta be really fun to be like the person.
You know what I like about this article, knowing that it comes from Kotaku of all things, touching back on a previous topic from last time, you can like literally read how palpable the salt in this is when it gets towards the end, where they're saying that he's got an offensive amount of money. That goes on to say accumulated net worth is 54 million. And then towards the end, and I really love this bit, at least like they did 200 years ago in regards to home ownership. Some people can rely on an unshaved 25-year-old to pay their medical bills and stuff them into a cul-de-sac. Capitalism is really epic for society.
Yeah.
Who
I
wrote
need a
this?
cringe button. Holy crap. That was, wow. I missed that, and that's at the very end. I'm seeing that.
Good old Kotaku, man. Like, it circles back to what I said on a
Look,
previous podcast. Kotaku is a joke.
They
Like,
don't
they
like
really
anyone being
look at
happy.
somebody. And, like, I don't know about the whole clout chasing through charity thing that Mr. Beast is doing. I don't really have any feelings for it one way or another. But the guy started out small, got to where he is because he busted his behind. Well, I mean, we already broke the thing. So he busted his ass doing this.
Right.
And, yes,
How do
George,
we
do you have
break
something
it?
you want to tell me?
Yeah, how do we break it?
You said.
I feel like we already said a
You
swear
said
already.
you said fuck before.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Derek, remember he said it?
You don't even remember. My boy is so lost in the sauce.
I don't remember.
You did say it.
There's no way I did.
You did.
Maybe I
Either
just
way,
tuned it out. Yeah,
the guy
just assumed.
busted his ass to get where he is. And, people are always going to have a problem with people watching people do better than themselves and are always going to seek to tear that kind of thing down. But this, on an article on a news website of all things, like, where do you get off having your opinion that strongly?
So a few things here. One, I don't mind him having clout for charity events. Like he's filming like these I cure all these blind people. Wow, God forbid that he gets some YouTube revenue out of it. Like, what a trade-off, Like I'm not gonna
Yeah,
dunk
I
on
mean,
this
he
dude.
saw a move and he took it, but at the same time, the move he took also, what I read in the article, literally gave 1,000 people cataract surgery
Right.
that probably weren't even able to afford it before. Like,
Right.
No.
how
At least that's
terminally
the type
online?
of like. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say at least people can say whatever they want about like, oh, he's only doing it for clout, but at least he's still doing nice things for people who couldn't afford
Right.
it. It's not like he's going to
because-
Japan to a
No.
specific forest, knowing exactly what is there, and then filming it, going, "Oh no, who would have thought?"
Also, you gotta keep in mind that these aren't stupid prank videos either. They're literally
Yeah, they're
that's
real.
benefiting the greater good versus a stupid prank video. God, I hate those.
It's the dichotomy I love about it is that people want rich people to use their wealth to better the world, but the minute somebody
Exactly.
does it and publicizes it, it's a problem.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, again, he gets revenue from it, and I was it the motivating factor for him to do it? Possibly. He just seemed like a very genuinely nice person, but okay, even if he was doing it for the money and the views, again, it's literally a greater good.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he gets
Honestly,
some
I think
publicity.
it'd be interesting just to meet him once face to face, have a sit down for lunch or something like that, and just really kind of get some elementary stuff, see what kind of makes him tick. I think that would be interesting to do.
I believe I recently read he was the first YouTuber ever to be invited to hold a speech at Harvard. He ran a class for a day or something about social media and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I would like to meet him just so I can make the thumbnail. I met Mr. Beast and he told me to do what to myself?
He touched which hole on me?
Derek.
You want to pull up Willix's comment here? I think that would
hate
tie
Will.
in
No,
really
I'm
well into.
yeah.
Wow.
No, we love you, Willix. He spent
Spent,
10,000 on someone's groceries
10,000.
and said he will be back the next day to help more people out. But then everyone got word of it and came in all at once.
Yeah, it's really funny how that works when somebody's handing stuff out that can hand stuff out, and everybody they lose their dignity and their pride real quick.
Who also has $10,000 worth of groceries for one person? That just seems like a scam. They were scamming him in the first place.
I can't tell you the amount of Campbell chicken noodle soup I need. Okay, I need a lot.
Right. I'm stockpiling. All right.
I better be able to bathe in that chicken soup stock.
Look,
I better be coming out of there smelling like Mama's fucking kitchen.
I like to see
I
Mr.
need-
Beast not itinerary, just the itemized list. He's 4 boxes of jumbo goldfish. Are you kidding?
People
I
with
really
30,000
love it.
tubs of cheese balls. Dude, don't worry about it. I need them. All right,
Didn't you have a cheese
Why
ball
is there
addiction?
glue on this list?
we're not gonna talk about that.
Why is there
Look.
why is there a lot of glue?
And there's like donuts as well, but like listen, what I do with a donut and a cheese ball is none of your business, all right?
Yeah, quarantine was a weird time for everybody. All right, I
Look, just
don't
because
ask what I do
someone
with those cheese balls.
hypothetically has glue on their hands as well as
Yeah.
empty donuts and cheese balls, listen, it's completely hypothetical, but if somebody were to fill in those donut holes, I just
Right. And
listen, it's a
hypothetically, it goes
hypothetical.
wrong,
I don't
and I
think
have to
that
go to the
person
hospital. It's fine.
I
One
don't
of the
think
best
that
nights of my
person should
life.
hypothetically be judged.
One of the
Right,
best nights
right.
of my life was I was in a Walmart near closing, and there's a Dunkin' Donuts, the one by you, Derek, and they're like, "Hey, we're about to shut down. Do you want these like leftover donut balls?" I'm like, "Yes," and I was just like,
Yeah,
2 bags,
free donuts.
It was awesome.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
So yeah. Anyway, so as you notice here, one Kotaku, of course, they take the worst take ever per usual. That's just their MO. They have to somehow
Yep.
fumble it with adding politics, hating a dude for being super nice, and getting money out of it.
I like the line where they not to cut you
No,
off
fine.
there, but absolutely to cut you off actually. But Donaldson, like Elon Musk, because those two are absolutely comparable, seems set on bringing back the company town, isolated neighborhoods in the late 19th century dedicated to industry where people probably cried and got addicted to opium. Like, I'm sorry, were you living in the Industrial Revolution? Like, do you have something you need to share with the rest of the class about how you got tetanus because of unsafe working conditions?
You just meet the
I
writer,
guarantee
and he's,
you
like,
the
clearly from a
comfy
different
life
dimension.
I guarantee you the comfy life you lead is leagues better than how the Industrial Revolution was. You have no idea how horrifying some of those conditions got. And that's not even the worst history has to offer. It's just another sterling article from Kotaku, the morally bankrupt, absolutely fuck-headed, bottom-of-the-barrel journalism we've all come to expect, know, and love.
Why do you know so much about the Industrial Revolution?
Hi, I like history.
Rob
But,
just pulled out like a hat, that's just like
I was there.
I
was
have
in
to-
the
I have to
mine
go here.
all day.
I just pull out a rack of tens and I'm just like, I don't know why you
bloody mines.
go to that conclusion. That's I don't know where you get that conclusion from.
So real quick too, because I had to dive a little bit deeper.
Mhm.
Did you guys also see the Mr. Beast article from this wonderful reporting company about like his chocolate? And they're like bashing on
I
it for
think I
their.
saw that.
Yeah, so like Mr. Beast has
Yeah.
chocolate, and I guess he tweeted out like, "Hey guys, can you just make sure my candy doesn't get messed up on the thing?" And then it's like been a war of people who are intentionally tweeting out that they're messing up the things and all this other stuff. But Kotaku then relates it to Mr. Beast is no stranger to controversy. His most recent voyage through the briny waters of online discourse revolved around paying to give 1,000 people cataract surgery. Then it keeps going on. Others criticize it, blah, 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 that it's both emotionally manipulative and papers over the systematic inequities that created the problems in the first place. There aren't similar moral stakes in the Feastables campaign, but it similarly entails all the hallmarks of an internet sinkhole. Several things are wrong with this picture. Posting about it won't fix any of them, and yet the
And yet here
gravitational
we are.
pull is so strong, no one can resist engaging. Far from getting a few super fans to sort candy, that's the true power of the Mr. Beast brand.
You know, that's how you've made it. When you can literally throw out a tweet and ask people to face your product, like a job that people get paid for in grocery stores that they have to
Yeah.
do on their own already, and fans will literally drop what they're doing and go face product. Dude, I wish I had that kind of pull with people. That's
We'll get there.
insane.
But, like, Kotaku.
When-
We get it.
When
I love that.
Gourmet comes
I
out,
love that internet sinkhole comment because it's so painfully self-unaware. And then
Right?
posting about it won't fix any of them. Yet here you are posting your morally bankrupt article. Can you fuck off, please?
I'm sorry, Kotaku, do you have physical print? No? So you only post your articles on the internet. Got it.
Mr. Beast has a chocolate brand. What have you done for society?
Yeah.
My man paid for cataract surgery for 1,000 people. What have you done for your life other than print out a page that I could probably put on printer paper, have it be printed out, and use it as toilet paper subsequently?
Do you think when Mr. Beast bought these houses, like they were like the person he bought it for was like kind of picky? It's like, yeah, could you repaint it too? Like, you know, like
Can you fix it up?
Is there Google Fiber? Is there like it's like I'd like to make demands. Just like, yeah, I kind of need a hot tub. Can you hook it up? Hot tub?
Put that in. Hot tub.
When we get wait, when are we gonna start a hot tub stream? I think that's the real goal.
Oh, we could do it.
Oh,
We need a hot tub.
Really
Good night, Megan. Thanks for stopping in.
Have a good night. Derek, do your folks still have the hot tub out back?
Oh yeah, we could do it.
Oh,
I gotta go buy a banana hammock.
Well, why does it matter? You'll be in the water. Why is it?
Yeah, but
I'm gonna
in.
get a pair. I'm gonna get a black Speedo, and it's just gonna say "juicy" on the back.
Hot. That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
Oh, this is definitely happening now.
Either way, like again,
I put that idea right up there with the car catheter idea we had for the road trip.
oh, I'm not bringing that back up. Look, I'm like, I think at this point, Mr. Beast is basically untouchable. But you know, buying like again, it's a really cool move to buy houses. I again would be deathly afraid of moving into one only because, like, what if I get fired or something? Like, sounds super stressful. Right. Unless he has in like the contract, like, yeah, I won't take your house away from you. Like, you know.
I mean, if you buy it outright, all you have to worry about is property tax at that point.
True. Well, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, there are plenty of times where the work is like, hey, we're going to provide you shelter. And then there's usually a clause like you have a month to leave if you're like, you know, not doing your job and we hate you. I don't know. I'd just be afraid of losing that where like you don't have to pay rent or anything. But I don't know. I always think of the weird stuff.
Yeah, but like, all right. So if you don't have to pay rent because you're being given the house to work there and you end up, you know, screwing around and not doing your job, you should have theoretically money that you could put aside that time of not having to pay rent.
Money.
You're getting paid too. So like
money.
Yeah, but most people don't. They're not good with saving money.
I'm aware. I am very self-aware. Thank you.
I just read.
I realized the hypocrisy.
Self-aware that you're cute.
What?
What?
I said self-aware that you're cute.
Oh, come on.
No.
Okay. That's it for Mr. Beast. We're moving on here. This one's gonna. I'm skipping to this one because it's honestly pretty personal to me. It's an old article, but then it's updated recently because Google. I hate Google more and more every single day. So originally, Google removed, or Google owns YouTube, so that's why I'm saying Google. They removed the dislike counter and button from YouTube. They're like, oh, it negatively affects small content creators, which they had nothing to prove that. When it was literally just because, like, at the time anyway, Nintendo got like a huge dislike wave. I forget for what. I'm trying to remember. They got downvoted hard on something. I really just don't remember what it was. Anyway, that happened along the same time.
It was YouTube Rewind.
What? Oh, and YouTube Rewind.
It was YouTube Rewind.
Oh, that's it.
Oh yeah, wasn't it when the? Oh, okay, I remember.
It was like the most disliked video on YouTube in like 24 hours because everybody just hated it.
Anyway, fast forward a little bit. So they moved the counter, but you could get an extension on Chrome, specifically Chrome, that allows the dislike button to come back and shows you the real counter for it. I actually have it. I have it on Opera. I have it on all mine because I allow Chrome extensions on my other browsers. And Chrome finally pulled the trigger. Where was it? May 10th. A new extension update is available for Chrome browser, which addresses the issue. I'm sorry. That's installing the old version, install a new copy extension to make it work. They're basically, more of the point here, May 9th, there we go. It seems the latest Chrome update totally disabled the return YouTube dislike extension. So like for a brief moment, they're just trying to now at this point, just completely remove the option to even download a publish it. They didn't make this extension. You know, someone else made it, but they're going out of their way to stop it or to stop it from being active, and that's disgusting. Like, I will like I'm making a vow right now. I will never turn off it's an option, by the way, to turn off the dislike counter for pages and stuff like that, and comments too. I'll never turn off comments. I just remembered, I think with dislikes, I don't think there's a choice, but definitely comments, you have a choice of like whether they can be seen or not. I will never turn them off. That is incredibly selfish to turn them off, I believe. I think people are just afraid of backlash because they know they're putting out something that's stupid, that's going to piss people off. And then when other people see that people are pissed off, they don't want other people to see that and be like, oh, that makes sense. Now it's all hate on them. It's just, they're just protecting stupid corporations that make terrible decisions, and then they don't have to face the public outcry because you can't see it in the comment section, nor can you see it in dislikes. Like, it's the whole point of disliking videos. People don't just dislike videos to just do it. Like, usually it's because they either disagree or the product is just so stupid that everyone just like, all right, yeah, this is bad. Let's, downvote it. Or, in this case, a video. I hate when corporations like YouTube just take away basically little freedoms like that, where God forbid you display your discontent with something. Oh, that's so terrible. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, I know another company that starts with G that does the same thing.
Starts with G, starts with the same. What company?
GameStop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
But like, I don't know. Like, it just makes me sick to my stomach that first of all, I hate when channels actually turn off comments. I think that's just stupid and cruel. And the fact that just already YouTube destroyed the dislike counter, that was like such a grotesque move to protect corporations that people should be insulted and should honestly speak up more about it. I'm just saying.
No, I full well agree. That's just another way people are trying to, or the big man's trying to stifle the little man. I mean, I see here in the article, at even one point, following the removal of that dislike counter, a bunch of users started leaving a 1-star on the Play Store for it, and Google allegedly removed those.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like,
yeah, they're getting ratioed hard.
Anything to protect,
they're going to try and hide
anything to protect the brand in this day and age, I guess.
Like,
yeah,
we also saw the dislike count harming parts of our ecosystem through dislike attacks as people actively work to drive up the number of dislikes on creators' videos. Only people who deserved it. It wasn't attacks. It was just people disliking a video. Like, it's called being ratioed.
Like, you get ratioed, it hurts, it happens, you be better, and you move on.
Well, corporations don't
Meanwhile, though,
oh, no, go ahead.
Meanwhile, though, they never fully addressed when they can willingly go through and delete people's subscriptions to their channels and stuff, right? So that's totally okay, but a dislike button, no, can't have, not allowed.
Yeah, it just they hate criticism so hard, it's unbelievable. And I'm just trying to I wanted to pull it up on YouTube itself, but like, because I want to try and remember the was it the overlay where now it's just a like button unless you have the extension. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll clarify. The button's there. You just can't see the
how many
number,
dislikes there are,
which is the whole point. That's the whole point of it. It's like we need to see the counter. So like, if the corporation sees that their video is getting hard ratioed, they don't care. They care if other people see it.
Right.
Yeah.
It just
but do you, right, as like the content creator, are you able to see the number yourself, like privately in like YouTube Studio, or?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the analytics, but that's just, it's just not the point though. That
yeah,
I understand what you're saying. Like, it's cool to have, and like for content creators, not like companies, that matters. So that way you can see like, oh, I made something that like everyone hated. I guess I won't do that again. Versus corporations don't give a fuck. You know, they just don't.
No, they don't.
You know, or else we wouldn't have gotten so many YouTube rewinds.
Right.
Ugh, it just pisses me off. I get very, very emotional about when my freedom's taken away, and that's like a little freedom to be able to express our discontent for something. It just hurts me. But Derek, I want to know your thoughts because you, I feel like
I
you're
hate
boiling
it.
up.
Yeah, I hate it. I love seeing the number between likes and dislikes, even if it's like just a completely opinionated video. Because like I'll go and like if I used to see like that it had more. I said something that pissed everybody off. Like I need to see what he said, and it's just like I don't know. They took that away. They took away like the fun of like this like I don't know, like knowing if someone said something that's like too spicy for the internet, basically.
Knowing if you were in for something really good or if you were in for something just
Right,
controversial.
or just like a cookie cutter something. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Silly.
Oh, it's not gonna do that. It's gonna do that again. Lame. Sorry, I was just trying to change my camera setting. Either way, yeah.
it's black right now. by the
Yeah, I
way.
know. It just don't worry about it. That's just technology for you. Anyway, yeah, it tells you like the world will know, hey, we all hate this, you know, it gives news to journalism because then you see like, oh, this video's getting ratioed hard, why are they getting ratioed? I was trying to pull up a list of most disliked on Wikipedia. Says here, number one is YouTube itself. YouTube Rewind 2018. Everyone controls Rewind.
Yep.
Baby Shark Dance is number 2.
Yeah, everybody hates that video, but it's super popular because parents. It has like 1 billion views because parents will just leave it on repeat for their kids, and it'll just keep
Right.
playing and playing and playing.
I did not know I don't know. I'm just surprised it got disliked so hard. I just assumed that it was I don't know.
Yeah, I think like reasonable YouTube users all hate it and just kept disliking it. So
Earned and deserved.
Maybe my camera starts working again. Whatever. There I am. Hey guys.
Hey.
Sadak 2 trailer is at a 13.6. Sadak SADAK. A 2020 Indian Hindi language action thriller road film.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby Shark. Sorry, just Baby. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber song. That's 12.4 million. Johnny Yes Papa is a nursery rhyme.
God, it's
Never heard of it.
so terrible. Yeah.
YouTube Rewind.
I can hear your teeth grinding as you say that.
Oh, I hated that video. Why is Wheels on the Bus on this list? That's a oldie but a goodie, I guess.
Classic. Classic.
Baby Shark's on here.
Mainstream
like 3
YouTube
times.
is absolutely unhinged.
It's like all nursery rhymes. It's so weird. Despacito? I thought everybody loved that song.
No.
Why though?
Well, I'll tell you what, Despacito, I need another enchilada, my boys.
Okay.
I don't know. I hear Despacito and I get hungry.
Despacito. Oh, wasn't that like that super popular song? I thought it was like the most popular song ever. That Spanish song.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Why does it have so many dislikes?
Well, maybe if it's most liked, it could also mean that there's gonna be a lot of dislikes. I don't know, just people kind of being weird about it. But yeah. So I just wanted to explain my hatred for YouTube. Anytime I can get my hatred in for YouTube, for Kotaku, mice. Mice, yeah, those 3 are my biggest hated things, and I always will talk about it. But yeah, if we don't have anything else, we're gonna hit the old dusted trail. Rob's camera went out, everything's dying.
I feel like it's just for some reason, if I'm trying to look up an article or something like that, Ecamm just absolutely poops the bed.
Okay.
Why?
All right, guys. That's the show. Like, comment, subscribe everywhere you can find us. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, Facebook if you're old, Discord. Join us in the Discord. We were watching stuff together, and Willix in the chat joined for a little bit. It was pretty fun. Comment down below. Let us know your favorite color. Rate us 5 stars everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Yeah, have a good one, guys. See you later.
Bye-bye.